Welcome back, guys. We have new leaks and one of the strongest combo decks ever is coming to Master Duel in January. So welcome back, guys. I've talked about this in a video a few days ago, and we were speculating about which archetype will come to us in January come the next selection pack, and I've talked about this. I have mentioned that this will probably be super heavy samurai, one archetype still missing from Cyber Storm Axis, and it is super heavy samurai. It's now confirmed that we will get the rest of the remaining super heavy samurai cards, the most important ones being the Monk Big Benkai, the Prodigy Wakaushi, which this can be your one card starter. Then we have cards like the Soul Gaia Booster, the Motorbike, and also the Stealthy, which will be used in the deck. And as you can see, we have a lot of super heavy samurai cards already here in the game. One of the most important ones, the Link 1, which was, as you can see here, banned in the TCG. So the deck came out in the TCG, was very strong, but then I think, I don't know, like not even a month after the deck release, basically, or the rest of the cards released, this got hit to Forbidden, and then the deck fell off and never really came back. And in the OCG, this deck was also a deck that was very strong at the top of the meta game, even though it is a combo deck together with Adamantipator. So this is obviously something that you always have to keep in mind. Combo decks will always be weaker here in Master Duel and in the OCG than in the TCG because of Max C, because you can then not play your combo any longer. But this is definitely one of the stronger combo decks. And I will quickly show you what this can end up on. So the basic end board, as you can see here in this video, if you just have your one card, the Prodigy Wakaushi, which is this guy here, will end you up on this board being a Baron the Fleur, an Appaloosa with 3, and then also a Regulus Omni Negate. So we have basically 2 Omni Negates and 3 Monster Negates, which if you have recently played the game and have played a bit of Vanadium, they end up on something like this. A bit weaker, I would say, or quite a bit weaker, to be honest, because 2 Omni Negates is very impactful. But you might have like the similar field if you have the Vanadium Reframing, the Counter Trap. So you basically have the same if you have the Counter Trap here, because you can also make a Baron with Appaloosa with 3. And this is normally enough to stop every deck in its tracks. So sometimes you have or people think that they need more stuff in their combo decks. They need an even stronger end board, but in most cases, an end board such as this will be enough to stop your opponent, to defeat the opponent. So there is not much more needed here. You can also go with the Wagon. This is this card here, one card combo. I think this is already in the game. And then you will also end up, I think, on the same board. As you can see here, we have an APA for 3, we have the Baron and the Regulus. And as you can see, we have, as I already said, a lot of cards in the game at the moment. And the good thing is that a lot of the important cards at the moment are super rares. You can see the Synchro Monsters are ultra rares, but the Synchro Monsters you are not using. You need cards like the Wagon, cards like the Scarecrow, then you need the Soul Piercer. This is a card commonly played. Let me check what else we have in the deck lists. And yeah, that's it from the old cards. Then you will need the Big Benkai, you need the Wakaushi, you need a Soul Gaia Booster, the Motorbike is very important, and then 1 copy of the Samurai Stealthy is, I think, what is commonly played. And the thing is that we in Master Duel obviously have Sprite Elf, so that means TCG did not have Sprite Elf at the moment the deck came out. So we are then able to, with the, again, Prodigy, our 1-card combo here, have another option to make an even stronger board, as you can see right here, because we are also, or maybe you could argue if this is a stronger board, we are ending up on a Baron, on the Barrel Savage Negate, and then we could make an Abyss Dweller. Obviously, you could also make any other rank 4, but Abyss Dweller is definitely something that is useful, as you would not want to make, for example, a Time Thief Redoer. This is more a thing of using it in tier elements, obviously. So we have 3 Omni Negates, which this is insane. You have the Reborn Sprite Elf, which will not get you any additional negate, but they can get you follow-up. So you are losing the Appaloosa negate 3 monster and get Omni Negate, which also, because Clifford Genesis Link 2 has 2 Omni Negates, though you can only activate 1 in 1 turn. And then you can see you can also use the Piercer, the Soul, the Super Heavy Samurai Soul Piercer, and you will also end up on the same board. And then you can also, if you have another card to discard, with the Wagon plus any monster, you can also end up on quite a similar board, but minus the Borrowed Savage Dragon. So referring to these combos, check out the channel of Supernix and also the channel of Squiddies, which I showed you the combos from. But yeah, we are getting the Super Heavy Samurai stuff, and I have predicted this. Though we are also missing, we can quickly check this out. We are also missing, as I have mentioned in the other video, I have to search here, sorry. We're getting the Super Heavy Samurai stuff, but then there's also space for more. So we might also end up getting Gold Pride if Konami, why isn't this finding this Gold Pride? Is it written like this? If Konami decides to release this archetype, as you can see, we are missing a lot of the Gold Pride cards. Some of them are older, some of them came in Cyberstorm Access. This is definitely something that still has to come, but this is also TCG exclusive, so Konami just might decide to do something else with this. And then we are also missing the Nemleria. I'm not even sure how you write this. The Nemleria cards, which is also an archetype, a pendulum-style archetype from Cyberstorm Access, which the boss monsters here, or if you want to call them boss monsters, I think look pretty insane. It's about this girl dreaming, and then I think these are like creatures she sees in her dreams, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure about the lore, but this is also something missing from Cyberstorm Access. So these are definitely archetypes that we still have to get till we can move on. But as you might remember, my prediction was that we will get probably the Super Heavy Samurai stuff together with, I think we could end up getting the new Salamangreat cards, which the most importance would be the Raging Phoenix together with the Salamangreat Off-Fire, the Salamangreat Riesel. So we are getting all of these, obviously, but these are the most important ones. But yeah, Super Heavy Samurai is coming to us. And yeah, we will have to see how strong this will be, as this is a combo deck. We can quickly check the latest combo deck being Manadium. This is the most recent Decade weekly tournament, and you can see there was one Manadium deck. We can quickly scroll down here and look at this, but the thing I wanted to mention when it comes to these combo decks is that they just are not performing that great here in Master Duel. Unfortunately, we will have to see how this will end up working with Super Heavy Samurai. As of right now, Manadium not really making the biggest impact. We can also see this up on the tier list here, where you can see there is unfortunately no Manadium here. The deck is quite fun to play, unfortunately very expensive. We will have to see how expensive the Super Heavy Samurai deck will be. Fortunately, the extra deck cards that we will need for that, we can quickly check. Super Heavy Samurai, TCG Master Duel Meta. We should be able to find something there. I think the extra deck cards that are commonly used, okay, we can only find the Master Duel the decks that were made on Master Duel. This is obviously not what I wanted to see. That's it. That's what I wanted to see. YCS breakdown here, where also a Super Heavy Samurai list was played. We have to scroll down a bit to find it. But here you can see there's a Super Heavy Samurai list playing these cards here, though with 33 cards. There's something missing, right? Or are these 40 cards and it's just miscounted? Is there another list? Okay, what's going on with these 35 cards here? Strange. Is there a full list that we can quickly take a look at? Otherwise, we will have to rely on the incomplete list there, which is also fine too. Okay, for some reason it's the incomplete list. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but it's okay. We can just take a look at it because the extra deck seems to be complete. As you can see, we are not playing the craziest extra deck cards here in terms of value. Let's take a look at this. Obviously, you have staples like your Borrowed that we have just seen. Access Synchro is always pretty nice in such a deck. We have Baron, that's quite common. Then we have our standard extra deck monsters together with the Zeus, and then there's Gigantic Champion Sagas, getting you to your Therion King Regulus. So this is the only ultra rare that's not really a staple, you could say. And then you can see the rest is more super rare stuff. You need these two here to extend your combo, and we can quickly also take a look at the other list. There you can see they are also playing an Albion and a Psy Frame, not Omega. Also the Gear Giant X, which you can detach one XYZ material from this card at one level 4 or lower, machine type monster from your deck or grab it to your hand, which is obviously quite useful for this. We are unfortunately not having the Cyberstein, which would would be a nice option in this deck to, in this case, get out the Albion here and then also the gimmick Puppet Lock. Obviously, this is possible, but unfortunately, it's not possible with us here. So you can see you can play a more expensive version of this when it comes to Ultra Rare extra deck, but also a cheaper one. So all in all, depending on how the rarities will end up being for the Wakaushi, which will probably be an Ultra Rare, then we have this. But you can see we need 3 Wakaushi. We need, where is the other scale guy? It's actually not in here, but probably will also be an Ultra Rare. But I think this will be not the most expensive deck. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Are you excited for this? The Super Heavy cards are definitely already in the game. Have you maybe played with them before? What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for being here. If you like my kind of videos, please consider subscribe, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell, and we will see each other in the next one.